Good evening. My name is Cody Ruyter. I'm Dutch, so I can be blunt. At least that's what they tell me. I'm a professor at Cass Business School, and for the last year or so, I've been fascinated by this new technology that suddenly made an appearance on the scene when Pokemon was being hunted by our children. It's called augmented reality, AR. And I believe, for the first time, we're looking at the future of customer experience. Because so far, there's been challenges for years. Challenges in customer satisfaction, trust, and conversion rates. You're not the only one. You're not the only industry that deals with these problems. There's loads of industries that are struggling, even though the relative percentage of online shopping, of e-commerce, is rising. But what's also happening is that people are leaving their trolleys, their virtual carts. And they're telling us it's because there's too much choice. There's too much choice stress. There's ineffective decision making, and people are complaining that they can't really get a feel for the products and even services that they're buying. So, and that really is the case in offline service retail situations as well. So what this is doing is that the real world and the virtual world are sort of blended. And so you import information, you import objects, virtual objects into the world. I can put a sofa here, and I can pretend to sit on it. There's no time, because I've been told that whatever you do, finish in 15 minutes. But if I had the time, and I do this in lectures, I can place a sofa here. And you'd all believe, or almost believe, that there's a sofa. And we can change the sofa around, we can control it, which is the other aspect of augmented reality. So you can move it around, and you can change the sofa however you want. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has functional as well as entertainment value. It's fun. It's fun to go to a site and just try 100 sunglasses on your own head while moving your head around 360 and looking, taking a look at what the sunglasses will look like on you. And if you don't believe me, read the Harvard Business Review. Michael Porter says every organization should really have an augmented reality strategy. Now, how does this work for insurance companies? I've saved that for last. So I am going to come back to the intersection of AR and insurance services. There's a lot of companies like Apple that have started to basically buy the technology. Apple has labeled AR as a core technology, and its CEO, Tim Cook, has said that applying the technology to the customer experience is going to make for a more productive conversation. You can really have a different conversation with a customer if you have this technology at your fingertips. So all these companies have started to implement augmented reality. IKEA, L'Oreal, I'll have a couple of examples right here. So it's changing the offline experience. John Lewis, square meters in retail environment, very, very expensive. So what they do, they put a table like this one, and then from the iPads, people can project thousands and thousands of chairs around that table, move them around, see what they look like from the side, see what they look like from the back. Basically, virtually try out these objects in real time as they are standing there. So this, in effect, means that the depth of the in-store assortment doesn't have to be that deep. You can basically allow customers to try out the whole collection. You can do this in the car showroom. You can do this with shoes. Here's a nice one. Home trial. This company allows customers to try on glasses. But, sir, I'm sure you know how difficult it is to choose glasses. At the most, you need 3 people with you to tell you whether you look good, right? So what they do, and this is really smart, they allow you to select 5, send you a fancy box with 5, and then usually what happens is that customers keep 2 instead of 1. So it's narrowing down the huge assortment of tens of thousands of glasses to 5, and then because something like the endowment effect occurs, which basically means you value something that is almost yours. People choose 2 rather than 1 pair of glasses. Gatwick Airport. It's great, it's a very chaotic airport. They have a virtual reality app that shows you how to get to the gate. So what's the next level here? The next level is, think Minority Report, getting messages on your screen as you're en route to your gate, getting a special deal from the optician to the right here. So it's all real time, it's all interactive, and it's all happening right now. This is probably the most spectacular example that I could find. This is an AR in a not-for-profit situation where somebody holds a virtual needle on their arm. The so-called patient here starts to look better as the bag with blood fills up. And then when it's full, there's a customized thank you that's being projected on a big screen. When I first saw this, I thought, this must be science fiction. But it's happening. And it's very effective because where they used this, in this campaign, they were able to recruit nearly 200,000 new donors. So, how does AR bring insurance services to life? I mean, that's probably what you're all asking. And normally, in the seminars that I do, I now ask people to get together, brainstorm, and come up with an example where this technology is being applied in their own company or for a particular service. So, there's several ways that I came across in my literature research, my desk research that I did in preparation for this presentation. There's a Canadian insurance company that uses AR to highlight certain facts of its policies. It basically adds additional information to the paper-based format. Zurich, maybe it's not true, we have a speaker from Zurich, so he can confirm this or completely disconfirm this, but Zurich, I've read, uses AR to improve its service rep training. This is a fairly spectacular one as well. You can take AR, put the app on your phone, walk around your house, point it at different aspects of your home, and you can see what happens when your toaster catches fire or your aquarium cracks. I mean, these are sort of things that people will start to imagine when this technology is applied, and it will increase the sense of urgency of getting home insurance. This is a bit of an older version. AXA uses it to bring print media to life. And National Netherlands uses AR for capturing customer data, and then in general, insurance companies or insurance professionals use AR for car damage inspections. So there's already a wide range of applications of this technology that's being implemented, that's being deployed. So this is all quite cool, yeah. And whenever I do this presentation, I do get some cynicism, some skepsis in the audience. People say, you know, it's all, yeah, Google Glass. Do we need to mention Google Glass? Yeah, that was a big failure. Thank God for Pokemon, who sort of revamped the technology and then sort of led to the fact that I think we're sort of here. So there is this shiny object syndrome. What makes it work? What of this technology makes that people develop value-added perceptions? So we did a couple of experiments. We used Mr. Specs. We manipulated embedding, so embedding the glasses on somebody's face and controlling makeup, glasses. You can control, you can rotate your own face to see what it looks like from different angles. So both characteristics, if you like, of augmented reality. And we looked at the impact on how customers evaluated the customer experience. And the results were not very good. There was not a very strong relationship between a positive customer experience and these characteristics of the technology. So we decided to look further, run more experiments. And what we found was that it's very important that customers experience presence. Now, what is presence? When you go to the theater, it takes about 10 minutes before you believe that what is actually happening is real. Because after 10 minutes, you start to suspend your disbelief. When you go to the cinema, it happens in 3 seconds, right? But particularly in the theater, it takes longer. That suspension of disbelief takes longer, but it's also more powerful. A good play, in general, leaves a better, deeper impression on people than movies. So, by doing more experiments, we found that whenever people experience this sense of presence, this sense of believing that what they're seeing, the aquarium cracking, or the color of the wall changing, or this chair being projected in the room, whether they believe that this is really happening, that this represents a real situation, then there is an impact on value perceptions, then there is an impact on decision comfort. They are more inclined to share the experience, which, you know, we all know these days is the key performance indicator for online services, and it also has a positive impact on buying intentions. So, conclusion is that the technology, it needs to be intuitive, convenient, compelling, fun, and also increasingly social, to create that feeling that people have that what they see happening when they look through their phone is the real thing. Not a virtual object, no, it's a real chair that I can move around and, you know, that I can put under my painting. And as we're working with the Lux paints, we're now exploring how AR can be used in a social setting, where people are making joint decision making, because they were telling us that fights over renovation are the main cause of divorces in this country. You know, it's ridiculous that you need to pick the color of your wall on the basis of a small strip, right? Now I can just look through my phone and that wall can be anything I like it to be. And if I believe that that is the real color of that wall, the intention, the value perception, and my sharing behavior will be positively influenced. Thank you.